Good coffee. Just check the camera phone. Hey guys, KYC3 here, and welcome to a brand new episode of the. I was going to say something else. A brand new episode of the Assassin's Creed official collection. We are going to be looking at issues 13 and 14 this time. Issue 13, I think we all know what was coming down. And we're going to be looking at issue 14 as well. So let's just get right off the bat. Just dive into the magazines and then we'll look at the figurines for each series, and then that'll be it. Just like with last episode. So let's just get right down to it. So issue 12 was Arno Dorian, if I can recall. So we're going to be looking at issue 13 first, which is Elise de la Serre, if I'm pronouncing that right. You can get this for $9.99 every fortnight in your local retail. In Australia it's $19.99 and New Zealand it's $24.99. So, or you can go to Hachette Part Works website, so you can actually look into this, and if you want to subscribe then you can subscribe. But these are the ones that are actually pretty much publish this, I guess. So anyway, let's take a look at Elise de la Serre from 1768 to 1794. So she was only 26. So yeah, 26. I had to double check that. Anyway, so what is Elise de la Serre equipped with, as we can see from this figurine? So she's got a sword, as you can tell. She's got a pistol and a Templar pendant, which can't really see well, but we'll look at the figurine afterwards. And then we've got a quote: "My fate is my own, my choice is my own." So pretty straightforward figurine, just with a sword, a pistol equipped, and she's wearing a pendant. Character profile just talks about Elise herself, a life of privilege, I'm a dearest, destined for greatness. So I think this is like how she become an assassin. Then we've got friends and enemies. Julie de la Serre, so I'm guessing Elise was just 8 years old when she discovered her destiny to follow her father and become Grand Master of the Persian Rites. It was Perilous Path that would see her making both friends and foes, so I'm guessing Julie is her sister. We've got Arno Dorian, who we looked at the last series, so kind of a friend there, or more of a love thing, I'm not too sure. We've got Jennifer Scott, she looks like a courtesan. Innocence dies and innocents die. That is what happens in the war, Elise. And the conflict between Templars and Assassins is no different. A quote by Jennifer Scott. And we've also got Frederick Wetherell, which I'm not too familiar with. So yeah, just talks about different friends and enemies like all the other series. So more friends and enemies. We've got Francois Thomas Germain. For centuries we have focused on the trappings of power, the titles of nobility, the offices of church and state. Caught in the very lie we crafted to shepherd the masses. In the wake of revolution, the order will doubt, they will retreat to the shadows, and we will at last be the secret masters that we were meant to be. By Francois Thomas Germain. We've also got Charles Gabriel Sibbert, and Leroy Der Frumes. So this is probably the French assassins. Talks about more, but they're not really listed here. So we've got mentions of Ruddock and the Cowell family. Which isn't really mentioned in this book, but it talks about them. And then we go on to fights and feuds. In the name of the father. Following Francois de la Serre's murder, Elise became consumed with an overwhelming desire to avenge her father. This first revenge was ultimately proved her undoing. So she went to the Kenway mansion, the death of Francois de la Serre, death of Germain, alliance with the Brotherhood. So even though she was kind of like a Templar, Druid dependent, she became part of the Brotherhood. And some scenes there. More environments. We've got the Vive la Revolution, so French Revolution. Kenway Mansion, Versailles, Templar of the Persian Rite, so all based in France. And this is just her weaponry and equipment now, how we just saw in the first page. So her sword, she's a talented swordswoman, regularly best in Arno when they practiced together as children. She initially trained in secret with Frederick Revel, a British Templar who had been invited by her mother to tutor Elise in combat. Okay, interesting. Joined by British Templar Frederick Revel, Elise was a highly accomplished swordsman. Her cross was given to her by Haytham Kenway's sister, Jennifer Scott. It held great symbolic meaning, so that mentions about the pendant there. So obviously her Templar necklace, and the pistol is, so she's skilled with pistols and able to use them expertly in battle, So talks a bit much about Elise de la Serre, and that's about it. That's issue 13. We'll look at the figurine in just a sec. Now, as I looked at this figurine, it's slightly damaged, as you can tell. The top, and it was slightly dented, which I managed to sort out a bit. I don't know whether it was damaged during being delivered to my local retail, even though it's like across the street to me, which isn't so bad, but still. And I don't know whether she's supposed to be like that, because the stand, she looks kind of slanted in that way, but I think that's just how it was meant to be. But she still stands perfectly upright. Yeah, she does. Okay, that's good. That's one good thing. So there's Elise with the sword, pistol right there. Can't really see it, but she's wearing the necklace. Don't think you can see it well, but she's wearing it. Very interesting. Only 26. And at the bottom, this is AM03160. I don't even know why I read these off the bottom. But it's just become a force of habit now. But yeah, there she is. Very nice. I like it. Just be sure to put this back on very nicely. And there she is, back in the packaging. So that's Elise de la Serre. And now we'll be looking at issue 14 now, which consists, I believe this is Assassin's Creed. I believe he was in Assassin's Creed 3, I could be wrong. Or Assassin's Creed Black Flag. Then again, I have no idea because I've only played 1, 2 and Brotherhood. In all fairness, I would like to gamble Assassin's Creed 3. So this is Duncan Walpole. Okay. Duncan Walpole, okay. just kind of froze for a sec. So let's see what he's equipped with, or look at the figurine in the magazine. Duncan from 1679 to 1715. So here we go. What does he come with? So identity theft. Assassin's robe was stolen by Edward Kenway after he's dead. So he stole these robes to Edward Kenway after he died. He's got a belt pouch. So he kept some instructions from Templar Grandmaster Laureano Jose de Torres Ayala in his belt pouch. It was this letter that persuaded Edward to assume Duncan's identity. He's got a broken blade, broken hidden blade. So this hidden blade was broken during the encounter between the Jacobite and the HMS Intrigue. Edward Kenway consequently discarded the weapon when he assumed Duncan's identity. That seems to be pretty much it. So I'm guessing he's pretty much a brawler then, by the looks of things. Seems he's got a broken blade now, and he's just stolen some robes. There we go, and look at the more on his character. A treacherous man. An ambitious, greedy, impatient and arrogant individual, Duncan Walpole would ultimately betray the Brotherhood to further himself. Shown by association, so this is Robert Walpole, British Prime Minister from 1721 to 1742. Get to learn more about British Prime Ministers now. I did not even know that. Not only was my cousin involved in affairs I kept at distance, but he was a treacherous man. A man blessed, I'm afraid. With few principles, a man prepared to sell the secrets of those who trusted him to the highest bidder. I was ashamed to see him bear the Walpole name. So, Robert Walpole was Britain's first Prime Minister. So, he was Duncan's second cousin, but the one-time assassin was not well thought of his esteemed relative. Growing dissatisfaction. The Brotherhood is no different from the army. You say pretty things, Randall, but in the end there's a rank and everybody has to answer to it. I can say that's true. So yeah. Now we've got to look at friends and enemies now. So Laureano de Torres Ayala, where he took the instructions that was given by him. So it just talks about Laureano. Senor Duncan Walpole, I accept with most generous offer and await your arrival with eagerness. If you truly possess the information we desire, we have the means to reward you handsomely. Therefore, come to Havana in haste and trust that you shall be welcomed as a brother. We've also got Henry Spencer. Talks about Henry Spencer. An extract from Assassin's Creed, the official film tie-in. So it talks about the movie tie-in as well. Okay. Interesting. I apologise once again about the glare from the TV. More friends and enemies now. We've got Artabai. Philip Randall has been mentioned there. Edward Kenway. It's just been mentioned as well. This is fights and feuds now. Furious at his relocation in the West Indies, Duncan plotted to defeat the assassins to the Templar Order. Convinced that this change of allegiance would result in power and fortune, but pride comes before a fall. Sent to Tulum, affecting the Templar Order, the West Indies, pirate attack, identity assumed, so some fights and feuds that he was in. Just briefly mentions about all that. And here are the environments now. So we've got Tulum, the tempestuous seas. We've also got London as well. So very nice. And now it just mentions his weaponry and equipment now. So he's got a hidden blade, even though it's broken. Compared to the Master Assassin before the change of allegiance, Duncan was adept to. With both a hidden blade and a sword, he was also an exceptional liar, capable of fooling his assassin's brother in arms. Duncan's standard issue hidden blade was broken sometime during the battle between the HMS Intrigue and the Jacobite. As a result, Edward discarded it instead of incorporating it into his assumption to Duncan's clothing and identity. So that's the hidden blade. It's got swords, one of these equipment. So he was a competent swordman, and of course he's got some skills for being an assassin as well. So yeah, and that is it for Duncan Welpel in issue 14. Now we get to look at the figurine. Oh, my back is killing me, but so there's the figurine. At least this one's in one piece, like the plastic got damaged. And just want to check. Okay, just want to check the same thing in the magazine. So it's not bad looking. So at the bottom it's AN07072. I can tell that the name, like the N, is kind of faded. Don't know if that was a little bit of an error. It does seem a little bit faded, but not completely. Hidden blade right there. Of course he's still in Edward's robes and all this stuff. The belt pouch, until where my thumb is. So yeah, that's Duncan Welpel. I like it. Sorry, there's not much really else to say. It's just we're looking at the figurine, we're looking at the magazines. This is what we're going to do for every single episode that we do, so I apologise, this is kind of boring for you, but and I know I am not really fully experienced with the Assassin's Creed games or where these characters come from, because as we all know, and I mentioned this before, I've only played a bit of Assassin's Creed 1, I've completed Assassin's Creed 2 and Brotherhood, so I don't really know all much when it comes to these characters as we move along with the series. So I apologise, but if you like what you see here, if you want to start collecting these, the website's in the description down below if you do want to check it out and you want to subscribe it yourself. I have not subscribed because I get these in my local shop across the street from me every single fortnight. So that's about it. So thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed. Hope you sat through this. So we looked at Elise Lesser for issue 13 and Duncan Welpel for issue 14. Quickly look at the figurines again. There's Elise. And then here again is Duncan. So that is it, guys. That is issues 13 and 14. Stay tuned for the next episode as we look through issues 15 and 16. Funny enough, as I'm recording this, issue 16 came to me. I'm filming this on Tuesday. Well, it's now Wednesday, but issue 16 came to me as I'm recording this, like this evening. even though it's Wednesday now. But yeah, so we'll be looking at issues 15 and 16 soon, so stay tuned for that. So yeah, that is it for now, guys. That's all to say. All my social media, if you want to follow me on there, it's in the description down below. I'm Kevasi3. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this episode. Stay tuned for the next one, and we'll see you next time. See you guys, and bye.